Audiences love underdogs. They always have. There's something incredibly satisfying about watching an ordinary person struggle through impossible situations and somehow survive. And honestly, that's exactly what made Jack Tripper so special. At his core, Jack was an underdog. Not because he lacked talent. Not because he lacked confidence. But because every episode seemed determined to put him at a disadvantage. The odds were almost always against him. A misunderstanding would appear. A lie would spiral out of control. Someone would jump to the wrong conclusion. And suddenly Jack found himself trapped inside a situation he never wanted in the first place. The audience could see the problem immediately. They knew trouble was coming. And they knew Jack was probably going to make things worse. But they still rooted for him. Because under all the chaos, Jack felt like a genuinely good person. That's an important detail. Great underdogs aren't perfect. They make mistakes. Sometimes lots of mistakes. But viewers believe their hearts are in the right place. That's exactly how Jack worked. Most of his disasters began with good intentions. He wanted to help someone. He wanted to avoid hurting someone's feelings. He wanted to fix a problem. Unfortunately, his solutions usually created even larger problems. That contrast made him both funny and lovable. John Ritter understood this perfectly. He never played Jack as a man trying to outsmart everyone. He played him as a man trying to survive. And survival became increasingly difficult every time a misunderstanding appeared. That approach made the audience emotionally invest in his struggles. Even when Jack was responsible for the disaster, viewers still wanted him to find a way out. That's a rare achievement. Many sitcom characters create problems. Very few can create problems while remaining sympathetic. Jack managed both. His physical comedy strengthened the underdog image even further. He rarely looked powerful. He rarely looked in control. Most of the time he looked overwhelmed. Running through the apartment. Trying to stop conversations. Trying to prevent secrets from being discovered. Trying desperately to keep everything from collapsing. The more he struggled, the more audiences connected with him. Because everyone understands what it feels like to be overwhelmed. Life sometimes moves too fast. Problems sometimes arrive all at once. And plans sometimes fall apart despite our best efforts. Jack represented those experiences in an exaggerated but recognizable way. The apartment setting amplified that feeling constantly. Every room seemed capable of creating new problems. Every door seemed capable of revealing a secret. Every visitor seemed capable of making the situation worse. The apartment often felt like an obstacle course specifically designed to challenge Jack. And week after week, he had to navigate it. Usually unsuccessfully. But always entertainingly. The supporting cast helped reinforce his underdog status. Janet often saw problems before he did. Chrissy often complicated situations without realizing it. And Jack stood between them trying to manage circumstances that kept slipping beyond his control. That dynamic ensured he always had something to overcome. And audiences love watching characters overcome obstacles. Even comedic ones. That's one reason Three's Company remains so enjoyable today. The misunderstandings are funny. The timing is excellent. The physical comedy is outstanding. But beneath all of that is a simple emotional truth. People enjoy cheering for someone who keeps getting knocked down and keeps trying anyway. Jack Tripper embodied that idea perfectly. He wasn't the coolest character on television. He wasn't the smartest. He wasn't the most successful. But he might have been one of the most likable. And that's why viewers kept coming back. Because no matter how bad the disaster became, they wanted to see Jack make it through. Even if he had to create 3 more disasters along the way.